Oh, that looks scary. Oh my. And he is laughing. Uh-oh, what's gonna happen? Oh no, Mickey Mouse! Oh no! Uh-oh, there's panic everywhere. What shall we do? All right, so some pretty weird things are happening around Eternity Isle. Talk to Merlin on Eternity Isle. And so this starts pretty much as soon as you open Eternity Isle. So that is good to know. If you're not ready to start this quest, then my suggestion would be not to come here yet. As it ended up, this is where I left my game off last time. So just something to keep in mind. Oh, okay, it's over. And on top of all of the crazy rifts opening, then we also have this thunderstorm, I guess. So that's scary. It's like foreboding of what is going to happen in the future.
We have work to do.
Jazzy, we must stop Jafar's meddling with the spark of imagination. The color is slowly draining out of everything, and those mysterious rifts throughout the isle are a very ill omen. So, how do we stop him? That is indeed the question, isn't it? We should start by investigating the strangest phenomena happening on the isle. That is, have you noticed anything odd happening with Mickey? Oh no, if Mickey's in trouble, now this is personal. Indeed. It's almost as if Mickey is caught between the present and the past. We must speak to Mickey and investigate this phenomena immediately.
Thank you. Very kind.
So now we need to talk to Mickey. Let's find where he's at. Okay, he's over here by the oasis. Let's go to the plains and walk there. Okay. Oh, he's in color.
Oh, hey there.
Oh, hiya, pal. I'm afraid I'm not feeling too good. Mickey, you're turning black and white. Yep, and gosh, was that a surprise when I looked in the mirror. There has to be some way to fix this. How did it all start? You know, it was the strangest thing. I just woke up like this. But that's not all. When I flicker, it's not just me flickering, it's the whole island. It's like I'm seeing some other world. And I think I'm starting to get sucked into it. Merlin thinks that you're caught between the past and the present. Huh, I guess that makes sense. But that must mean that other world you're seeing, could it be the past? Or somewhere between the now and the then? Good question. Do you think you can get this all figured out? Before I wind up stuck in that black and white world forever?
See you real soon.
Okay, so now we need to return to Merlin. And hopefully he can help us figure out this mess. Okay, so it looked like he was in the Overlook, so let's head over there.
dream, you know. Only
It's
you
just as I feared. The pass isn't leaking into the Isle. The Isle is also leaking into the past. If we don't stop this soon, I fear more villagers will be affected. I'm not letting that happen. Neither shall I. We must thwart Jafar's machinations before this goes any further. Luckily, I believe I found a secret path into the palace. Follow me.
I couldn't have done better myself.
Okay, I wonder if it's that back door. Yes, it is. Oh, oh, where are we? I was supposed to be following you and then you stopped. There we go. I've always wondered what that back door was about. Or at least it looked like a back door. You know how in those older houses they have that cellar door, like in The Wizard of Oz? That's kind of what it looked like to me. Okay, and I always get lost going into the promenade, so I'm going to wait for him to come. All right. All right, I think it's up here, maybe? Oh my goodness, there's a lot of... Oh, goodness, there's a lot of everything in the way. Oh my. Where did he go? Oh, there he is.
Well, hello.
Drat! When did this appear? The secret entrance to the palace is an old cellar door tucked away right here in the lagoon. See, I told you. I've seen movies. But now this. This rift in time has blocked the way. Maybe there's another way in? I'm afraid there isn't. I've already investigated teleportation, making you permeable so that you could walk through walls, disguising you as a statue, and offering you to Jafar as a gift. I don't like the sound of that last one. But Jafar has mounted defenses against all of my plans. It will be tricky, but we must heal this rift in time to proceed. Got it. So, how do we do that? I deduce that all the rifts across the Isle are connected to one another and to the spark's magic. Therefore, if we close some of the other rifts, we might be able to weaken this one enough to seal it. How do we close the rifts? Can I use my hourglass? Unfortunately not. For this, we need a different sort of magic. Something that will allow us to tap into the power of the spark itself and turn it back on Jafar. I've done some research, and it seems that the key to the spark's power is using your imagination. I think I can manage that. Yes, but I fear even for one as imaginative as you, some help might be needed. I suggest you seek help from Oswald. Why Oswald? Well, I've spent some time studying the fellow. He is quite fascinating. You see, before any of us were here in Dreamlight Valley, this place belonged to others. In the same way that the valley now shapes itself around your hopes, your dreams, and your memories. Once upon a time, it belonged to someone else, and Oswald was very special to them. I'm sure there are stories you cherish that were passed down from a trusted loved one. Well, Oswald is a bit like those stories, passed down. So, how does that help us now? Well, Oswald surely must have wisdom from seeing the ways that Dreamlight Valley and the Isle have changed. And if not, then perhaps he can give you a lesson in utilizing your ingenuity. Regardless, things are, well, they do just seem to have a way of working out when Oswald is around, don't they? Got it. I'll go get help from Oswald. Yes, and hurry, Jazzy. Seek help from Oswald so you can close the rifts and get us into the palace.
I couldn't have done better myself.
All right. So now we need to talk to Oswald. Let's first find out where he's at. It looks like he is right there. All right, here he is.
Here's a lucky break.
Oswald, I've got a funny question for you. Don't you worry, chum. I'm used to funny business. Bring it on me and I'll tell you what's what. You've probably noticed things around the aisle are turning black and white, including my friend Mickey. Merlin told me we need to use our imaginations to close the time rifts. Ooh, have you come to the right rabbit. See, I've been doing some experiments of my own, tossing a few things in those time rifty thingamigummies to see what happens. Did you discover anything? You betcha I did. Mostly nothing happened when I threw stuff in the rifts. But then I drew something funny on a napkin and tossed that in. After that, all I had to do was think about the rift closing and bam, it zipped right up. That's it. So all we have to do is to make something using our imaginations and toss it into the rifts? Sure seems like it, except when I tried it again, I got bumpkus. I think each rift's got to be closed by a different Joe's imagination. Got any tips for using my imagination? Absolutely. Maximizing your imagination is all about using what you got, but in funny kind of ways. Like looking at stuff and asking what else it could be instead. Is a hat only a hat? Or is it also a giant soup bowl that leaks real slowly? Say, maybe you could try asking Rapunzel, Gaston, Eve, and that Mickey fella you mentioned. Sounds like Mickey's in heaps of trouble, so I bet he'd love to help. That Rapunzel sure has a great imagination. Gaston? Well, since he imagines he's such a swell guy, he could probably imagine just about anything. And as for that clinking contraption, Eve? Gee, I'd sure like to find out what she could imagine if she put her gears to it. Great idea. Guess I'll go talk to Mickey, Eve, Gaston, and Rapunzel.
Catch you later.
I'm sure you will. All right, so let's find out who is the closest. It looks like Eve's the closest, so let's start with her. Frantic digital beeps. Directive, Wally! Are you okay, Eve? I kind of need your help with something, but if something's wrong, why don't we fix that first? Directive! You're pointing towards the ancient ruins at the docks. Do you want me to meet you there, Eve? Is that what you're trying to tell me? Affirmative, digital beeps. Well, okay, Eve. I'll meet you there. Okay, so use your imagination, Eve. So there we go. Go inside the ancient ruins in the docks area. I'm assuming this is the ruins. Oh, wait, no. Just kidding. She means the actual ruins. I'm assuming the little rifts when it showed like at the beginning when we first opened Eternity Isle, I'm assuming that's probably where. And we did see Eve, excuse me, in here. So these are also kind of ancient ruins. So let's find out if these are the right ones. Okay, follow Eve to the time rift. Yep, this is where we found her earlier. Talk to Eve. Oh, so this is what you wanted to show me. Yep, that sure is a time rift. I need your help closing it, Eve. Think you can use your imagination? Huh? Not feeling too imaginative, huh? Well, what if we ask for some help? Wally seems to have quite the imagination. Wally! All right. So now we need to talk to Wally. Hopefully he is already here on Eternity Isle. Oh, they changed the loading screen. Well, that is also fun. Okay. That was weird. Okay. Anyways, so we we want to talk to Wally. Is our friendly little robot here? Okay, there he is in the lagoon. Hopefully he doesn't travel too much while we are moving there. Oh, say, Wally, even I need some help. We need to make something with our imagination. But Eve's not feeling very imaginative. Ooh. What's this? An old film projector? Wally, that's a great idea. We can make a movie. I'll go back to Eve and see what she wants to make a movie about. Woohoo! Okay, let's come over here. Give her the film projector. See this, Eve? Ooh. Wally had a great idea. We can make a movie. I can take some pictures of you and Wally around the aisle and make a film reel to project with this. Then we can watch it together. Woo! Happy digital beeps. Who says robots can't use their imaginations? Okay. So where did Wally go? Okay, Wally's over here. Let's see if we can get Wally to follow us. Let's hang out. Okay, because I think Eve is following us, so maybe not. Maybe she's not following us now. Okay, let's come. Oh, I didn't go far enough, but that's okay. We can walk the rest of the way. This will give us a good chance to see if Eve is actually following us. Okay. Well, I'm starting to regret that Wally's house is not on this island, so I might go ahead and change things up and add it over here real quick. Where is Eve? She's maybe when we go into her house, then perhaps we can get that to work. It will like automatically register that she's supposed to be my friend and be there. Okay, there we go. Okay. So I need the camera. Go. That is such a cute picture. Okay, so that's one down. So now let's go ahead and travel inside the ancient ruins. I don't know what I was expecting from these quests, and I don't know why I didn't expect to have like these little mini side quests. But I feel like I should have known, but I didn't, so. Are they already in here? Yeah, okay. Okay, that is picture number 2, and so now we need to go inside Wally's house. So let's head back outside. Okay, I thought I saw some sort of something over there. this kind of loading screen for coming out of this place is actually kind of cool. I kind of really like it. Okay, so now let's find a place for Wally's house. We will just move it over here for now to make it things a little easier. Okay, so let's go. They have moved the buttons around a little bit, I'm noticing. Oh, they have a whole wallpaper wall window section now. That's fun with the update. Okay, well, what we want is house. So we need to come through for... We're looking at Wally's house. It looks like a dump truck. Okay, I went to place house. Perfect. All right. At least it can be close together. I can rearrange this to make it a little nicer later. For now, we just need to get this picture so we can create the reel. All right. Okay. So now we need to gather the following materials. It looks like 8 plastic scraps and 3 mechanical parts. So I'm going to start by coming over here and doing a little bit of fishing for the plastic scrap. Okay, that's one. I regret that I did not save up any plastic scrap after Oswald's last quest, and I definitely should have. I don't want a cod, I want scrap. Okay, that's 2. Okay. So it looks like every other one is giving us some plastic scrap, so that's good. Alright, I think what I'm actually going to do is I did see some of those big columns that you can dig out that will give you some plastic. So let's do that. See if we can do that for the last 4. And then I thought Wally was supposed to be following me, but I guess not. Hopefully we can do something with that and it will be less crazy. Hoping for 2 pieces. Good. Okay. So that will work perfectly. Alright, so let's go ahead and make some mechanical parts. And we need 3 mechanical parts. Make. Okay, so now we need to craft the film reel at a crafting station. Excellent. Okay, give the film reel to Eve. Okay, Eve, all that's left is for you to toss a projector and the film reel into the rift. Directive! Let's go! So now we need to meet Eve and Wally at the time rift in the ancient ruins. and say hi to Elsa as we walk by. Okay. So we need to come over here. There we go. And now we need to talk to Eve. Directive? Toss a projector into the time rift. Ha! Did you see that, Eve? It worked! The time rift closed! You really do have a great imagination. Woohoo! Alright, so that quest is done. So now we can leave this area and go see who the next closest person is, and we'll go from there. Hopefully it does not involve me continually coming back in here because the loading screens do take a little bit of a long time. Okay, so now let's look at our map. And okay, so it looks like Mickey is right by the plains, so let's go talk to him.
Oh, hey there.
I keep going to that funny black and white place for longer and longer. It's starting to scare me. Don't worry, Mickey. I think I know how to fix all this. But I'm going to need your help. Whatever you need, Jazzy, just tell me. We need to use our imaginations to close up some of the rifts around the aisle. Really? Well, I just saw a rift open up. That's perfect. Why don't you show me where it is? You got it. Follow me.
Thanks, pal.
Okay, so now we need to follow Mickey to the rift on the secluded beach.
Have a good evening.
Thank you.
I can't believe how many new friends I've made here.
Before we progress, I do believe that I will need to change the light settings on my Switch because it's starting to get dark and it's hard to find things in the dark. But that will create a creepy ambiance. But still, I like to see. So let's go ahead and do that real quick. So cute. All right. So under graphics, I'm going to just go back in time a bit. There we go. So now it's about noon
Hi.
in the game. Well, there it is. One giant time rift, just like you asked. How are we supposed to close it? Merlin said we need to use the power of our imaginations. It sounds like you and I will have to make something creative and toss it inside. But what should we make? Gosh, that is a good question. Tummy rumble. I guess I forgot to eat breakfast. I could really go for a hot dog about now. Say, cooking is pretty creative, right? Why don't we just make some hot dogs and toss those in? No, wait. If it's all about imagination, then we need to think bigger. Why don't we make a whole hot dog cart? I'll start drawing up some plans. Could you go find the materials we'll need? Sounds good to me, but what should we make it out of? Oh, I'm sure there's some stuff right here on the aisle. You're right. Maybe I'll start with some brass and bronze ingots.
See you real soon.
Okay, so it looks like we already have all of the materials that we need because I did already have a ton of those bars made. So let's go craft the cart. Okay, there we go, the hot dog cart. So it requires 8 brass ingots and 8 bronze ingots in case you need to know how many you need. And there we go, 1 hot dog cart. So now we need to bring it to Mickey. Oops. Give it to him. Say, this looks great. There's only one thing missing. The hot dogs. That makes sense. Lucky for us, I've got a pretty good recipe for it. Oh, and hey, when I got brought to that funny black and white world, I found this neato hot sauce you can use. I'll get cooking. Okay, so now what do? We need to, all right, gather a variety of meats. So let's come over here to the Borderlands so that we can go hopefully get some of each. I hope that Gaston is not only selling one kind of meat today, because I will be so sad. Okay, I'm seeing at least 2. Nope, all 3. Thank goodness. Okay. So I think it said that we needed 2 of each, but I'm going to buy 3 of each just to make sure. Okay, so now we need to cook the hot dogs. So let's head back over to the docks. We can go use the outside cooking area. Oh, and there's Rapunzel for when we finish this this quest. And I guess we're doing a whole bunch of running. All right, so a Toon Dog. All right, it's a black and white hot dog. That's fun. All right, let's make one more. Okay, so now we need to bring the hot dogs to Mickey. Ooh, after I pet my little friend. Hot dog! Those are some nice hot dogs, Jazzy. I've added them to the hot dog cart. Ta-da! Only one thing left to do. Let's meet at the Rift.
Thanks, pal.
All right. So now we need to follow Mickey back to the Rift on the secluded beach.
Really need to talk to you.
I wish there was a faster way to get there, but we'll have to take the long way. I wish that I had eaten some meals so that I would be able to glide, which reminds me, if you are finding out that you are not able to glide like you were before on the Nintendo Switch, I have heard that they changed the button. So now the button to glide is the top left bumper. So that's something to keep in mind if you're having trouble gliding.
Boy, I'm glad to see
Well,
you.
here we are. What do we do now? We have to toss a hot dog cart into the Rift. Gosh, really? After all we did to make it? I know. I'm sorry, Mickey. Well, pal, if it'll help save Eternity Isle, I'll do it. Whoa, did you see that? As soon as I tossed a hot dog cart in, the Rift disappeared. Hot dog, it worked.
See you real soon.
Okay, so use your imagination, Mickey. Quest is complete.